Welcome back to another video. This really popped when I saw it. That to me is a monster increase. Again, this book got hot. This book is ready to go higher.
So let's jump right into it.
We are back today with another statue review from Diamond Select Toys. Without further ado, let's get into the review. We are back with another eBay sales video. I am your host, Lawrence at Mighty Comics and Collectibles, and thank you for joining me for another video here on the channel. Today, like I said, an awesome eBay sales video is coming your way. But before we get started in this video, like always, I remind you guys, if you're not a current subscriber of the channel, do me a favor, go ahead, click that sub button for me, smash that like button. You guys know once we get to 5,000 subs, I am giving away an Iron Man #1, and we are almost halfway there. Also, I want to let you guys know there's new merch available for purchase right down below. Click on all the links to see all the new stuff I have available for you guys. Support the channel so I can keep making awesome videos like this. With that said, let's get into this week's eBay sales. We're going to start this week by talking about this book. It is a copy of Detective Comics number 298 in a CGC 3.5, the first Silver Age appearance of Clayface. Now, if you haven't heard, there's a rumor out there suggesting that Clayface is going to be the antagonist in the Batman 2 directed by Matt Reeves. Now, this copy sold for $500 on one bid, believe it or not, and it sold on March 29th. As we get into the GPA data, the $500 sale has yet to be recorded. The last sale previously before that was $479 in January. The 90-day average for this book was $396 on 3 sales. The 12-month rolling average, $394. The 2022 average was $392, and way back in 2021, $275, but only one sale in that time frame. Now this book is heating up a little bit. The last sale, $479, then to $500. Again, it could be just on rumors. Either way, an awesome villain I can't wait to see in the future of the Batman franchise. Now, we're talking about price. $500 seems like it's a little bit much. Regardless, again, a lot of DC books are going up. This one may be just on speculation, so be careful if you're looking to buy this comic. The next book we're going to take a look at is one of my favorite yellow covers. It is a copy of Daredevil number 131 in a CGC 9.2, the first appearance of Bullseye. Now, as we know, Daredevil series is coming to Disney Plus over the next couple of years, and I expect a lot of these books to start taking off. Either way, this book sold on March 30th for $645. As you can see, it was listed at $855. The seller took 25% off, and it sold. So I'm glad to see sellers taking prices off of books. As we get into the GPA data, you can see the last sale for this book is crazy, down at $450. Now, I'm not sure if this sale came after the fact or before it. All I can say is that's $200 over that last sale price. The 90-day average for this book was $502 on 8 sales. The 12-month rolling average was $622. The 2022 average, $718. And way back in 2021, $533. Now, I don't like this sale at $645. I think it's way too much money, especially with the last sale in the same month only being $450. So I don't know if somebody just overspent for this book. I can't tell you why. Who knows? Regardless, I think if you want to pick up this book, it's got to be in an 8.0 or higher. Still a book I want to own, but hey, if it keeps going up and keeps going up, you may want to hold off. But if you can get it for the $450 price, it may be worth it. So here we have our raw book of the week. It is a copy of DC Comics Batman number 227 and this iconic cover by the great Neil Adams. So for this one is a throwback to Detective Comics number 31. This book sold for $550 right at the asking. Now, if you take a look at this book, guys, I gotta be honest, I have this book graded like around a 7.5 because it looks absolutely beautiful. I don't see any ticks. I don't see anything really wrong with this book. A couple of minor flaws here and there. I'm calling this book between a 7.0 and a 7.5. Either way, this book for $550, it appears to be around that grade. I think somebody got a steal. As we get into the GPA data, you can see I took a 7.5 grade. The last sale for a 7.5 graded copy of this book was $840 in March. The 90-day average for this one is $780 on 3 sales. The 12-month rolling average was $845 on 9 sales. The 2022 average, $899, and way back in 2021, $870. Now, the first things I'm going to warn you guys is it's not guaranteed that this book is a 7.5. I went off by just my eyes to see what the cover looked like, what the back looked like, and I can't really find too much major damage when I'm looking at this book. Now, there may be something else wrong with it inside. We don't know till we get it, but this person jumped on this deal. It didn't even sell for a best offer. It sold for the asking price of $550. That tells me that this person knew that this book was underpriced and they pounced on it. $300 less if it turns out to be a 7.5. I think this person got a steal. Up next is an iconic Silver Age key. It is a copy of Avengers number 4 and the first Silver Age appearance of Captain America. This one comes in at a 6.0 off-white pager. It did sell in auction on March 29th for $2,125 on 22 bids. As we get into the data, you can see the last sale has already been recorded at $2,125. The 90-day average for this book was $2,527 on just 6 sales. The 12-month rolling average was $3,397. The 2022 average for this one, $4,267. Man, this book has really gotten crushed. And way back in 2021, $3,168. We're talking about almost a 50% crushing on this book, and I don't know why it's dropped that much. I said recently in one of my other videos, when book starts to drop 50 to 60%, we really have to take notice and be careful if we're buying. Now, this one in particular, if you're going to hold for the long term, I think you're going to be just fine. But regardless, I've always wondered about this book, why it isn't worth more. It's probably because it's not his true first appearance. It's only his first Silver Age appearance, so we have to take that in consideration. Either way, I think this book is continuing to decline. I do like it at this price of around $2,000 for a 6.0, but hey, you don't need to go out and get a 6.0 copy of this book, but this one looks quite nice being off-white pages. So to each his own on this book. If you're a big Cap fan, you may want to own it if you can't go out and get a Captain America number 1. The next book we're going to get into is a book that I'm always asked questions about, and this book has been all over the Hot 10 Breakdown of the Week for the past month. If you haven't guessed it, we're talking about Batman Adventures number 12 and the first appearance of Harley Quinn. In this one, in a CGC 9.2. And this one sold on March 29th for $700. I think that's just the asking price, so somebody pounced on it when they saw it. As we get into the GPA data, you can see the last sale has been recorded at $700 this month. The 90-day average for this one, yet again at $700 on 9 sales. The 12-month rolling average, $723 on a whopping 45 sales. Everyone asks me when we talk about this book, how come I only want it in a 9.8? This is one of the reasons why. There are a decent number of copies out there, so I want the highest grade possible. The 2022 average, $740, and way back in 2021, $769. Now, I could say, looking at this data, this book is the pillar of consistency, right around $700 over the past 3 years. And I think, hey, that tells me, you know what? This book is probably a good investment, or probably a good buy. You're not going to get a huge jump in value going on in the next couple of years, but hey, if you hold this book on for 5, 10, 20 years, you may get a sizable increase in monetary value. However, you might not. So again, this book has stayed steady over 3 years. Looks like a solid investment if you're not looking to break the bank. Either way, it's up to you. I say if you're going to buy this book, stick to a 9.8. That's what I'd be doing. And the last book we're going to talk about this week is a book that started off the Bronze Age. It is a copy of Green Lantern number 76 and this awesome Green Lantern, Green Arrow, green cover. This one offered at a CGC 3.0 that sold at auction for $250 on just 3 bids. It sold on March 27th. As we get into the GPA data, you can see the last sale for this book has been recorded at $250. The 90-day average also was only that one sale at $250. The 12-month rolling average was $308 on just 2 sales. The 2022 average, $365 on just 1 sale. That to me is crazy. This book sold once at a 3.0 all of 2022. And the 2021 average, $265. Another book that is just utterly consistent, but there are no sales for this book at this grade. That to me is a little bit mind-boggling, especially with DC books starting to heat up now. Again, maybe that tells me nobody wants to own this book in a 3.0 grade. Probably want a higher grade considering it's a Bronze Age book. But other than that, what it tells me is that some DC keys are going to be going up and some aren't. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. Focus on the best of the best when you're talking about some of these DC keys. That's why I haven't been a fan of some of these books on the Hot 10 Breakdown of the Week, like the All-Star Comics 58 and so on and so forth. Stick to the better books when we're talking about DC keys. Another week, another eBay sales video is over. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. There are a lot of great books on this list, some books still coming down, and some books starting to rebound. As I always tell you, if there are books that you're looking to find out if they sold the prior week and are interested in buying, drop me comments down below because I'm always interested in what you guys have to say. This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles saying support the channel, guys, hit that sub button, and I'll talk to you guys soon.